Hiya, Brian Parker, visual artist here. This outing I thought I'd talk a bit about one aspect of my studio practice. Most of my mainstream work causes me stress. It's hard work. If you know my work at all, you know it's very precise and very detailed. Find myself holding my breath for 2 minutes at a time while I'm painting some of the finer details. So every now and again I like to paint something that's a bit simpler. Most of my mainstream stuff, apart from the precision, there's almost always something in the image that I'm trying to convey, but I've never tried to paint before. It might be water, it might be lights shining in the night, it might be pine wood grain. They're all a challenge, and I suppose like everybody else, when I'm painting, I always leave what I think is going to be the difficult bit till the end, by which time I might have spent 6 weeks on a painting. So getting it wrong at that stage is kind of worrying. So like I say, every now and again I like to take a break. When you're painting with acrylics, it's difficult to reproduce a mixed colour. So what I tend to do is, if I've got a mixed colour in a painting, I mix up enough paint in one go so that I won't have to remix it. And I store it in these very fine urine sample tubes. They're perfect for this because they've got straight sides, it's easy to get the paint in and out. They're obviously watertight, and they're pretty cheap. I buy them 50 at a time for about 20p each, something like that. But what that means is, when I finish one of my mainstream pieces, I've usually got several tubes left over with a bit of paint in them. And being mean, I like to use them up. So I do what I call one of my Bubble and Squeak paintings. And here's a few examples. These are less stressful. I know what I'm doing. There are no challenging bits in the sense of trying to paint something I've never painted before, and they're easy going. And it's nice to just explore what sort of interesting image you can come up with very simple shapes and whatever colours you've got left over. So I've got one of those behind me at the moment that I've done a little bit of work on. The colours in there are from 2 paintings ago, and it's been sitting in my studio ever since. And a few days ago I finished my most recent piece, Lockdown, and here's a picture of that. So I'm ready to make a start on this, and here we go. I'm going to do a bit of work on this picture, on with the glasses so I can see what I'm doing. In this case I'm using just one shape for the entire picture, this square stencil, and I'm using a Posca pen because they don't run when you paint over them. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got this nice sweeping curve here, I'm going to put one in that way. So let's just start. Video. So let's get a few more in. course, if I get one of these in the wrong place, I can always just paint it out. Okay, that's got the basic pattern in place, and now it's time to use some of that leftover paint, and I'll show you some clips of that in the next section. Right, here we go. First square. A little bit more water, thin the paint out a bit so that it fills the texture of the canvas as we go along. My super duper adjustable easel lets me get things at the right height, so I'm always in a good position to apply the paint. To speed things up here, I'm going to use a heat gun just to dry this off. Try and get the second coat on without taking up too much of your valuable time. So that's coat one done, which you might be able to see from the video is a bit streaky. I like very flat paint colours. Trying to get the edges a bit more square on this go. But I think I'm going to have to start a new brushing very shortly. This one's getting a bit frayed for my style of painting. Still a perfectly good brush, but the more splayed out the fibres are, the more effort it is to paint an accurate straight line. Quite physical, this. Back up again. Just about enough paint to complete this square. And I think there's just about enough in the tube, maybe, to paint one more square in this colour. Probably at the other end of this pattern. But as I kind of make it up as you go along, think, what do I think would look nice next? Anyway, that's the first stage. I'll show you some stills as this bit of the painting progresses. Hope you enjoyed watching and listening. Thanks. Bye.